To come my presentation on the research project we conducted. It's titled as KeyXtract, and this is a essential keyword extraction model we designed to analyze tweets, and it was developed using NLP tools and toolpasses. Introducing you to the topic, NLP applications are all around us, and we use it on a daily basis. And on the slide, you see a few very common NLP applications that are seen around us. In the present project, we have combined two subject areas, which is linguistics and computer science. So, on the hand of linguistics, we have used two key concepts that are seen in the field of linguistics, which is semantics and syntax. Semantics stands for, very simply, the meaning of a word, and syntax is how words come together to combine and form a sentence. And on the hand of computer science, there are three features, as you can see on the screen: syntax, lemmatization, and name entity recognition that we use in the project. So for the current project, we use the Stanford Co-NLP tool, and this tool has accuracy rate of 90.5% when it comes to analyzing tweets. The reason we took tweets as our data is because it is very representative of natural language usage, and it doesn't really follow strict grammatical rules. There are a lot of ambiguities, emojis, hashtags, and it is in essence a very rich source of natural language usage. So the method we developed was to try and analyze a tweet and extract the main words of the tweet. And how it does is, how we wanted the system to work is to imitate the logic that a human would use in the process, and thereby extract the main keywords.
Give you a brief overview of the methodology. It has few steps, and I will go through the steps in detail in the coming slides. The first was the data collection, which was done using by analyzing the tweets which were done at Dialog Axiata, the Twitter profile, and we compiled two corpora from the data set. And during the first stage of the research, we post-tagged the key tweets, and then depending on the post-tag, it was filled out as linguistic noise or potential keywords. And then we evaluated stage 1, which was done using the Turing test. This was to ensure that we tried to imitate the human logic when trying to extract the keywords. We wanted to check how successful we were. And there were few shortcomings of stage 1, and these shortcomings were then addressed when developing the final algorithm of KeyXtract, which this was done by introducing NER, lemmatization, adverbs, and link absence. And finally, the key final stage was then evaluated using the Turing test and using an F1 score to measure the accuracy of the keywords which were extracted. And this is an overview of the algorithm as stage 1 and stage 2. All of these steps will be discussed in detail in the coming slides. And talking about the algorithm, when we were doing the data analysis, we figured out that most of the keywords exist inside the noun phrase and the verb phrase of a tweet. This was in most cases only, and we designed the algorithm trying to imitate that human logic. And the first pass of our algorithm was using the Stanford Co-NLP with the Twitter model. And initially the tweets were divided into its subject and the predicate. And the words which were post-tagged as shown on the slide were selected as potential keywords, and the rest were filtered out as linguistic noise. And when you are taking, for example, if you take this tweet, this is the result from pass 1. The potential keywords are highlighted in red. And this was sent to parser 2, which was the keyword matching section. And in this, we use the corpora which were compiled from the data collection phases. And we match the words against the keyword domain-specific keyword corpus to select potential keywords which are not identified from the post-training space. And this is a result from parser 2. These words were identified as potential, but it was not identified from parser 1. And then parser 3 was to remove any linguistic noise. And this was done by cross-checking with the keyword domain-specific words to reach a corpus. And whatever the domain-specific linguistic noise were removed from the potential keyword space. And this is a result from stage 1. And we evaluated this stage using the Turing test, and when we analyzed the test results, we identified that there were, in most of the cases, the human-generated keyword sets were more refined than the machine-generated keyword sets. And this was identified when we introduced stage 2. And stage 2 is KeyXtract, the Twitter model. And another addition was parser 4. Parser 4, we removed any time indicators using NER, and then in parser 5, we use lemmatization to expand words such as hasn't into has and not, and then include back not, which is an adverb. This is quite essential to the meaning of a sentence. And then the duplicates were removed using the link access. So then when we use the previous example from our slide, this is a result from stage 1. And when the algorithm was more refined, this is a result from stage 2. This is a more refined answer for the keyword set. And then we evaluated our algorithm using the Turing test and the F1 score. Turing test, the categories of the participants is shown in the slide. And for the F1 test, this was done by the researcher and English language expert. And one thing to note is that in all of the Turing tests, as in the extraction methods, we use brand new set of tweets which were not seen by the machine for the data analysis and the compilation of the algorithm. And in a brief summary of the Turing test results, we compared the result of the Stanford co-NLP against the KeyXtract, and it showed that the value increased from 50% to 83.3%. And when comparing the F1 scores, the value of KeyXtract increased to 0.77 from 0.69, which is the Stanford. I think when we tested the Stanford co-NLP with the brand new set of tweets with the Stanford co-NLP model without any modifications. And
so the objective of the research was to create a keyword extraction model, and the catch here is to try and make it imitate human logic. So according to the test results as seen on slide, it can be considered an improvement to the existing Stanford co-NLP Twitter model. And for limitations, of course, we understand this is only applicable in English context of English language, and the result could be nuanced by testing it with a larger population. As per future work, this can be used with a complete domain-specific corpus, that is the words of the Dialog Exiata website, so that any tweet that is directed to Dialog Exiata could be analyzed in this way. And finally, this algorithm can be used on other NLP tools, not only the Stanford co-NLP, so that it has high portability. Finally, we would like to especially thank the participants of the Turing test who took a lot of time and energy to contribute to our research. Thank you very much.